short list.
Welcome back, everyone. The First Friday Art Walk is happening this Friday, and it's always great to see our friends Rachel Lambert with the Springfield Regional Arts Council, Erin D'Anastasio with the Hatch Foundation, and artist Heidi Herman. Good morning, ladies. So great to have you.
Good morning.
Great to be here.
So can you believe First Friday Art Walk?
September.
Back at it again.
It's September, you guys.
I know, right?
No way.
First Friday every
snuck up
month.
on us. Yeah. So this month we have our normal venues that are open, but I wanted to highlight the event that's happening at the Creamery. It's the first time we've done this, and we're hoping to make it an annual event. It's called Bad Art by Good People. And so we went kind of tongue-in-cheek with this. We rounded up some of our favorite community leaders, and we reached out to them and said, hey, would you be interested in learning an art medium? And most of them said yes. But just so you know, it's going to be terrible. Like, I'm not an artist. It's going to be so bad. So we were like, okay, let's roll with that. And so we said bad art by good people, because these people are amazing. And we've partnered them up with an artist, a local artist, and they learned a medium start to finish and created an art piece that's going to be on display this Friday at the Creamery from 5 to 7.
Wow. Mind blown.
I feel like all my art could be in that. Because
I want to get teamed up.
I'm a good
Team me
person.
up with somebody. 'Cause I have the creative, in my brain.
Prowess,
I just like looking at this, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Which
But
we'll
what
get
we
to.
learned through doing this is that nobody is a bad artist. Like, all of the art is great. We've been having it all come in, and it's all amazing. And you see it and you say, like, oh, I could never do that. But they all learned it in a summer.
Okay.
So it's obviously attainable. And all of our artists and community leaders are going to be are going to be at the Creamery to talk about their process and to talk about how the experience went for them. And I brought two with me today to talk about how they
Well, okay, then we need to talk about this collab. So tell about how it all works together.
Yeah. So Heidi is a pro, to say the least. So thank you for pairing me with her. Yeah, with the process, it was really fun because Springfield Regional Arts Council asked, what type of medium are you interested in? And I thought, I want to do something I've never done before.
Yeah.
And so we did encaustic, which I had never even heard of before. So I did a little research. I thought, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. So Heidi and I got together at her studio, and she walked me around, showed me a number of pieces that are encaustic, and she's just so talented. She has a number of other varieties of art, but then we just started collaborating and talking about what really inspires us about Springfield and the Ozarks as a whole. For Heidi, it's architecture. That really seems to speak to her, and for me, it was more of nature. So then we were trying to figure out how we could really kind of combine our two loves, if you will, for Springfield and pull it together into one piece.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Yeah,
encaustic?
Same question, Maggie.
You're probably better at describing that than me.
Erin knows. Erin's a pro now. So it's a mixture of beeswax and Dharma resin. And Dharma resin comes from a tree in India. And so it's a very, very old art form, and it creates a wax coating, for lack of a better term, a wax surface, and you can do all kinds of different things with it. We worked with digital imagery that Erin provided, and it's a really awesome Springfield piece. And
Okay, I'm gonna
but
step
so
aside. So
this is also encaustic, but it's with an eco-printed fabric, and so the eco-print is plants which have tannins, and then it's with iron oxide. So the plants react to the iron oxide and they print the fabric.
Wow.
So that's that, and the encaustic is the covering, is what holds it all together.
Can we
Yes.
touch it or no?
Sure, you can touch it.
Are you
yeah.
sure?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just,
wanna-
it's wax.
Oh, that does. You can feel the wax.
And then you could probably feel some texture,
I was
too,
gonna
because
say, I
there's
can
texture in the fabric because it's been bound and
Yeah.
yeah.
You can definitely feel it.
Yeah.
So this was a print
This is a print that is done by plants.
by plants.
Yes.
And this is on fabric.
on
Okay,
silk.
let me turn this toward you. Can you hold that one, Maddie? Because I wanted this camera to see a good shot of this. Because look how gorgeous, and it's like abstract, but I can kind of see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can see the image,
Yeah.
but in an abstract way.
Right, exactly. You don't really know what you're going to get.
Right.
Because the plants dictate what happens. Yeah.
So what's
So-
this? What's this?
And so this one is
as well?
eco-printed as well on a fabric, and then I pleated it. So it was a big piece, and then I did all these little pleats.
Wow.
So
Okay.
just to give it dimension, it kind of feels like it's vibrating, or yeah.
Yeah.
So these are in addition to like the digital art that I worked on with Erin. Just
So wait,
kind
you're
of
an
my whole-
artist and a seamstress?
Yes,
Is
I
that
am.
what I'm hearing?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Fashion
Yes.
designer. I'm telling you, she's a
Yeah.
very gifted lady.
Got everything.
Thank you.
Because I wish you guys could see this one up close in person because of the texture and the pleats and the way they run. I mean, everybody's interpretation, I guess, is their own interpretation,
Right,
correct?
of course.
So it's like
yeah.
what I see versus what you see, but it's like, it's so awesome.
Thank
And
you.
Heidi often has her work on display. She's homed on C Street.
Yes.
But she also has work on display at Obelisk and
Then Randy Bacon Studio and Gallery, who's Randy's my husband.
Wait, do you sell pieces Obelisk Home?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm not one of their featured artists, but
I had no idea.
Yeah. I'm.
this was just there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is this already sold? Let's be honest.
Not yet, but
I have a feeling it will be.
Well, speaking of sold, will these art pieces at First Friday Art Walk be up for
Some
sale,
of
or-
them will, some of them won't. We left
Okay.
it up to the artists that created. Some of them want to take their piece home with them.
Yeah.
And we absolutely, you spent time and energy on this. We want you to have it if you want it, but some of them will be on sale.
Aaron, did
Okay.
you get to create anything that you took home with you? Like, did you create any pieces for yourself?
So we made a duplicate.
Oh, good.
Okay, that's
Because
good.
I really
Yes.
loved it. I started Celebrate Springfield a couple years ago, and there's some play with that
Yeah,
as
for
well.
sure.
And so it's something that I really wanted to be able to have a piece, but also love the idea of selling it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
Okay.
are twins out there.
yeah.
So
There are
Friday,
two,
Friday
but
what
only
time?
Friday
two.
from 5 to
Yeah.
7 p.m. at the Creamery Arts Center, and we'll have a shuttle running again this month from 5 to 9 that's going to have multiple stops. You can get all of the information on that on our website, springfieldarts.org.
You guys did awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Amazing, guys.
having
All right,
us.
don't go anywhere. So much more fun on Ozarks Fox AM after this. That's, wow, good for you. You did great.
Oh, so fun.